Hello guys, how are you? Customer states Alfa Romeo 147 2004, the handbrake does not work. As he was performing an engagement of the handbrake, the lever suddenly became very loose and the car does not stop. Okay, so today we are to discover what is the problem and try to solve it. So we have here the handbrake handle, and as you can see, it goes all the way. Okay, it's not supposed to be like this on these cars. We are to raise the car and see which wheel is not braking, but in fact this is the symptom. Of course, if the problem is the cables, usually they are, we are not to replace just one, we will replace the pair. Okay, with the handbrake pulled all the way, you can see that the left one does not do anything regarding braking, and the right one, it is braking. Okay, it is braking very well. So the problem is really here with the left cable. So here we have two cables, okay, one for each wheel, and we have a third one, the main cable, that goes from the handle and it then divides into two cables. I never seen, at least here in Portugal, that main cable break, okay, but if it did, if it was to break, both wheels, both back wheels would not break at all. Another thing that may happen is, as you break a cable, what may happen is the other one, the still good one, may disengage on the connection, on the center connection, and that wheel too will not break. But on this case, we have absolutely sure that the issue here is with the cables. So now here on the inside, you take out the cover for the handbrake, and beneath the handbrake we have here a 13mm, which you can take out by hand because the cables are completely loose. So take it all out, not all out, but almost. Okay, so you have in this way a lot of room for work down beneath. Okay, you can see here also the threading and all that, and everything is very good on this handbrake. Then do not forget to pull it all the way down to be able to work underneath the car. So down here beneath the car we have here the left cable, the right one, and we have the main one over here. This main one here, it is really a steel cable, so if it appears to be bent, it's really not bent because it is a cable. And in order to prevent this, well, when you break a cable like this one is broken, in order to prevent this good one or still good one, to be out of this place, you have here this little clip, this plastic clip, that prevents the two cables from coming undone. Okay. And if you take this out, you can see that very easily this one also comes loose. And the same thing you do over here, okay? Now to assemble everything, don't forget that these slots go like so, top side, okay? Now here on this side, it's just a fitting method, like so. On this one too, you just take out here the little boot and go like this. Take out this little clip. Take out here this metal clip, like so. Now you have here a 10mm nut. Take this out. Possibly on your country it may break. If it is prone to that, you should use the anti-seize. I like to use that white one, that ceramic based one. Also use your PB blaster or something to take out this nut. Here in Portugal, fortunately, we do not need any of that. So one nut, a washer, and then the cable itself. You can pull it like this. And save this part over here, save this cylinder, because sometimes the new one is not there, or you can lose it and save it for something else. The other side, the same thing. So the next thing here is to take out the cable. Very easy to do, no clips, no nothing. You just want to push the cable like this and out. Just take out here the boot, it's already very torn. And just like so, like so, come on. Come on, yes, no, Yes. Now you want to compare your new stuff with the old one. The cables are not the same, left to right, okay? Normally it's very easy to distinguish between one and another because the one that goes to the exhaust side normally has a heat shield, okay? This one being factory one does not have it, and these ones being TRW factory supplier also do not have it. So what we have to see is I have my left one near the left side of the car and the right one as well on the right side of the car, and I want to compare a cable, just for example this one, I don't know if it is or not this one, and you want to compare it side by side on this ledge over here and try to compare if the length is the same, and I believe it is not, so it may be the other one. So with my knee over here, my knee on top of the cables, and as you can see the length is not the same. So let's take it to the other side, compare it with this side. Sometimes the difference is not all that big. On the old Puntos 176 and whatnot it was. Now as you can see this one, yeah, this one it is. So just to confirm, because sometimes things happen, let's confirm here. Over here, and here you go. Perfect. The part numbers will be down on the description so you to see more carefully, okay? Now for the assembly, pay very close attention to this. We do not start from the wheels, okay? We have to start from that hammer shaped part over here. That is where you start to assemble the cables. If you do not do that, it will be very difficult to assemble that. Take out here the wood. Now strap it in on that hole. Put the wood back together. And now you can put this in very easily. Like so. Push in the cable to be easier to work. Now the other side. Same thing. Don't forget to put this clip over here. Just like so. Now clip here this cable. Insert this one. Make sure to have here the back washer. I didn't told you about earlier. Put your cable, this thing slides, so no problems here. Now the other washer and the nut, you can tighten the nut right now if you want to. Okay, now the cable itself, normally it has a wood different from this one, like it was before. This one is a bit different, I don't know why, does not matter. Does not have a clip over here, okay? Now pull here the cable, and normally it is enough to do like this. If it is not enough, what you can do is to move the lever over here, okay? But it is quite easy to do on these cars. So what you want to do now is to pull up here the lever and just start to tighten this, okay? Normally with a wrench, okay? What you want to have here is just a perfect tune of the main cable. This main cable, the only thing it does is take out the slack of the assembly. What you want to have is the main cable and the cables for the wheels not to have any slack here on the brakes. Here on the caliper, that ledge over here has to be like this, okay? As you are tightened inside of the car, as soon as it starts to move, you want to stop tuning and you want to back up again, so you want to have this stopper always meeting here this lever. So doing here the road test for this issue, just two things that you have to have in mind here with the handbrake cable. As you are now operating the handle, it will seem much more soft and light than it was before, but that does not mean it is worse. You had that feeling because the cables on the inside were filled with rust, and it was very difficult to pull on the cable, pull on the handbrake, and now you have a much more soft feeling, but obviously much more firm also, and easier to use. In like six months for now, you should do a tune to take out the slack of the cables, because the cables will stretch just a little bit with overtime. That is normal for steel cables to do that, okay? So this video will do for Alphas 147, as you can see, we'll do for Alfa GT 937, and we'll do for all Alphas 156. Make sure to use quality parts, guys. I already did this job a lot of times with some other parts, some other brands of aftermarket parts, and it is really bad. So if you use original parts or equivalent parts, in this case it is the original supplier for Alfa Romeo, you will have a much more sleek job, much more easy to do, and after all this will last you for another 20 years. Down on the description there is a lot of stuff that can and will be useful for you regarding these kinds of jobs, for brakes, for suspension, lack of power, crank no start, so much stuff. Also down on the description there are links for helps for the channel. If you are able to do so, I have Patreon, that is a monthly help for the channel, and I also have PayPal for a simple donation. I see you next time, guys. Bye!